Hello everyone, this is Fantasy-esque, and welcome back to Vampire Clan in ClanGen, the Warrior Cats clan generated game. When we left off in the previous episode, we had 3 new vampire fledglings age up in the clan, which was very exciting. We got to see how they look a little bit more now that they're older, and also, how their personalities have changed slightly, the mentors they were assigned to, all the pairings of which were quite fascinating. In this episode, we are obviously going to be continuing on that track, and yes, we are currently embroiled in, yet another fight, yet another war, and I think that this is starting to weigh quite heavily on Grandmaster Shivering Star. Now, one of you lovelies did have a really good idea about how with Shivering Star maybe seeing the deaths over the moons and kind of the destruction his choices and his focus has caused, maybe he's going to have kind of like a character arc where he changes himself or changes his vision for the clan. And that would be so ideal for the longevity of the clan if I was really wanting to preserve this clan for a long period of time. And personally, if I wanted to, I suppose, in my ideal environment situation for this eternal clan, then that is definitely what we would pursue. However, I do let even my bad leaders actually keep their, potentially terrible focuses for the clan, only because it adds extra drama and a risk for our clan, but also a deadline. Because think about it, if I only made choices which were good for the clan, then our vampire clan would never end. It would go on eternally. And same thing and so the story would never have an actual conclusion. Which I know, sometimes we don't want a conclusion because we love the cat so much. But with Luminous Clan, for example, because I stuck by even the bad leaders and the bad choices, eventually that led to the clan basically becoming extinct. And when Luminous Clan ended, I was able to start Vampire Clan. But if Luminous Clan had not ended, or I suppose Royal Clan, if Luminous Clan was still ongoing, I probably would not be doing Vampire Clan and the Royal Clan series. So for that reason, I think it is good for us to stick by even some of the terrible leaders that we have as they, start destroying the clan and such. Because, hey, even though we love Vampire Clan, if it goes down, guys, don't worry. I have a bazillion ideas in my head for future clans, so we're never gonna run out of fun stories to tell. Never, never, never. But let us continue with these guys. It is currently Moon 24. We are in New Leaf. Let's see how everyone's doing the Leader's Den. We're hostile with 2 clans and neutral with one of them. Let's go to events. Mutual exhaustion pushes both Vampire Clan and Day Clan to consider ending the war. Okay, it seems as though, even though we're jumping into wars really quickly, probably the same pace we were at in the very beginning, the period or the length of the wars seem to be getting shorter and shorter because I guess both sides are taking hits. And then Grandmaster Shivering Star feels burdened with the weight of his decisions, knowing that every choice he makes could mean the difference between victory and defeat. And look, guys, this is exactly what we were talking about. Shivering Star knowing that maybe his choices and his actions are causing the cats pain, but also maybe causing the cats to have an uncertain future. But I don't know if it's his stubbornness or what it is, or it could even be his pride, but he is choosing to stick by, the focus or the vision that he decided for the clan when he became leader. Whether that leads to our death or that leads to us thriving. Sunnypaw has gotten a running nose. Firepaw has stopped constantly running to the dirt place. It seems her brush with diarrhea has ended. Thank goodness, because I was actually really worried she was going to start falling behind and not be able to compete with her siblings for the title of princess. I was very, very concerned, especially because she's my favorite. And because we never had diarrhea before, I actually didn't know whether or not it was something that we had to really be concerned about, whether or not it was something that could lead to her death. I'm glad that's not the case, though. So aside from Blue Jay, who still has yellow cough, everyone else seems to be in a good mood. Okay, let's check up on the medicine cat den. Blue Jay was given lungwort as treatment for yellow cough. They will be less likely to die. I mean, I guess we knew that the coughs are dangerous. And then Firepaw was given mallow as treatment for diarrhea. They will be less likely to die. I know she's okay now, but, well, that answers our question. Apparently your cats can die from diarrhea. Okay, and Hazel Pelt gathered marigold this moon, and that's all we have here. Now let's take a look at the relationships. Blue Jay admires Sunny Paw's dedication. So some mother-son bonding. Master Burnleaf learns about a terrible mistake Lightsong did. Oh no. Oh no. I mean, I think we were wondering in the last episode whether or not Burnleaf was encouraging his daughter for catching that rat. Even he didn't notice there was anything wrong. But I wonder if I think back then we were wondering whether or not he was gonna blame Lightsong for the diarrhea that Firepaw ended up getting. And by the looks of it, I think yes, Burnleaf blames Lightsong for not guiding Firepaw well enough, or not telling her to, keep a lookout for these things. Maybe Burnleaf wasn't exactly close enough to notice, or whatever it was. He feels as though that was Lightsong's responsibility, and she didn't do well enough. Oh no. Master Burnleaf thought Firepaw was very polite today, and then he went to check up on his daughter. So yes, he is, I think, a good father. But sometimes, with some cats, maybe his prejudices can run a bit, too in the negative because of the closeness he has with his daughter. A clanmate tells Twilight Fade that Dusty Cave stories are better. Twilight Fade is telling Quiet Flight something interesting about the vampire hunters. Grandmaster Shivering Star and Twilight Fade notice a cloud shaped like a mouse. Grandmaster Shivering Star apologized to Blue Jay for being rude the other day. Lightsong asks Twilight Fade to watch her fresh kill so she can go to the dirt place. Quiet Flight thanks Hazel Pelt for keeping the clan healthy. Oh, look at that! Quiet Flight! Look at these two mates. I actually love that aside from the entertainment he obviously gives her with the stories of his outings in the night, Quiet Flight is actually acknowledging Hazel Pelt not just, as her entertainment source, but as the Night Stalker who helps keep the clan healthy. I love that. They're just taking the time to seriously, sincerely thank him for his service. Hazel Pelt and Master Burnleaf always learn something new when they're together. Hazel Pelt and Sunny Paw were supposed to be working together today, but they can never agree long enough to accomplish anything. Dusty Cave is sparring with Sunny Paw. Quiet Flight compliments Owl Paw's name. Sunny Paw is jealous that Quiet Flight went on patrol without him. And Firepaw learns that Sunny Paw is scared of thunder too. There's some sibling bonding happening over here. Okay, well that's all we have for the events. Let me cut the recording here and we'll continue with the cat list. Okay, it is time for us to continue with the cat list. First up we have loyalties, where there has been some changes. So guys, now among the anti-loyalists, we actually have Hazel Pelt and Blue Jay. So I think the inner circle, Grandmaster Shivering Star's inner circle, has become unstable because now we have, excluding him, right? We have 2 out of 3 cats in the inner circle who don't really believe in him. His assistant, Master Burnleaf, doesn't, neither does the Night Stalker. The only cat that has any bit of or shred of loyalty towards Shivering Star is the Whisper Twilight Fade, which is none too fun. But the reason why I think Hazel Pelt has changed towards Shivering Star is because if you guys remember, Shivering Star, I think it was in the last episode, he started developing, his friendship with Quiet Flight turned hateful because he felt she was taking too long having her litter and kittens, but Quiet Flight refuses to be rushed and managed to talk her way out of it. But still, I think she would have discussed this with Hazel Pelt, and Hazel Pelt, obviously who is in love with Quiet Flight and enjoying time with her, I think his perspective on Shivering Star changed because he didn't like the idea of Shivering Star pressuring his mate into anything. I mean, they all know why the match was made, but still, it should be on the timeline of the couple in question, right? So the Grandmaster has the duty of putting cats together, but then whether or not those cats are able to work it out and the timeline for doing so is their own problem. So Hazelpelt obviously didn't like that behavior from Shivering Star, so I think that's what happened there. With Blue Jay, I think that maybe, because in the events we saw that Shivering Star apologized to Blue Jay for being rude about something the other day. I wonder if it wasn't necessarily rude to her face. Maybe Shivering Star was making some comments towards Burnleaf about how now is really not the best time for Blue Jay to be sick, because we need every able-bodied warrior that we can have, right? We need every, able-bodied Mistwalker among the vampires to fight against the vampire hunters. And so Blue Jay, who we know still has lingering feelings for Burnleaf, maybe overheard that, and she didn't feel bad for herself. She felt bad that Burnleaf was having to listen to this kind of thing because of her. And so I think for that reason, she has become a little bit, I don't know if upset is the right word. Maybe she's become a little bit upset with Shivering Star. So I think that's what's going on with these two cats. In terms of relationships, I didn't notice any sort of significant change for me to talk about. So let's go to the Whisper Twilight Fade and see how today's whispering session between Hazelpelt and Quiet Flight goes. Okay, look at that. So romance, trust has increased, dislike and jealousy has decreased. So definitely Hazelpelt, he was wanting to be romantic with Quiet Flight because he obviously, in a sense, stood up for her when it comes to the Grandmaster and his stance, being loyal to a cat who doesn't really respect his mate too much. So he's wanting to give a whole lot of affection, I think, to reassure her. And Quiet Flight, likewise, I think, is wanting to give affection to Hazelpelt. Also, for the admiration she now suddenly feels like pouring out of her for not only taking her side, but the work he does as a Nightstalker. So I really love that between the two of them. They're in a good mood for sure. Now let's see what everyone is doing for the day. Okay, Grandmaster Shivering Star is talking far too loud to the annoyance of every cat in camp. Look at that. Look at that. I bet you he is grumbling and growling about how some cats are very fickle and they misconstrue his intentions and all of that, and the cats are annoyed because they totally I don't know if totally know Shivering Star is the right way to phrase it, but I think after all these moons they've gotten an idea of their leader. Master Burnleaf is feeling a bit anxious after having been around so many cats the last gathering, so he was probably one of the cats who accompanied the Grandmaster sneaking over to where the vampire hunters host their meeting, and obviously being surrounded by so many vampire hunters is kind of nerve-wracking for the vampires. Hazelpelt purrs as a cool breeze hits him. Twilight Fade can't find Alpor anywhere. Blue Jay is craving the taste of shrew. Quiet Flight is proudly watching Firepaw plan how to hunt down a creature she made up. Lightsong is looking forward to finding more prey as the snow melts. Dusty Cave hopes her next apprentice is just like Firepaw. Look at that. Hold on a second. For a moment there, guys, I was confused. I thought Dusty Cave was the mentor, but no. Look at that. Even though Firepaw had a very rough first patrol with that incident with diarrhea, I mean, she succeeded with the hunt, had a rough time with the diarrhea, almost fell behind, I feel. And Lightsong's, I think, having a little bit rough in terms of being inexperienced and being judged by Burnleaf. But Firepaw, I think, is being watched by cats like Dusty Cave, and Dusty Cave kind of sees how resilient Firepaw is and how much of a go-getter she is, and she loves that. She's not viewing Lightsong and Firepaw as, oh, look at what a failed pairing that is. No, also as the cat who has a crush on Lightsong, probably would be defensive of her. I think Dusty Cave loves how Firepaw is, and she wants that dynamic that Firepaw and Lightsong have with her own apprentice. She wants an apprentice like Firepaw, which is really, really cool. I love that. Hopefully Lightsong feels reassured, even though Burnleaf isn't really that impressed with her. At least, you know, her connection with Firepaw is being admired by the likes of Dusty Cave. Alpaw cowers in her nest during a particularly rough storm. Sunnypaw is soaking in the new leaf warmth. Are you soaking with anyone else? Are you spending time with anyone else? I don't think so. And then we have Firepaw is picking the birds from her pelt. Okay, so the other thing, before I forget, I wanted to check, was to see how the apprentice rankings, or fledgling rankings are going. So let's go ahead and take a look. Look at that! Firepaw is at the top. She's got 10 experience, Alpaw has 9, and Sunnypaw has 6. Sunnypaw, who has the most experienced mentor and should have, or did have the most, I suppose does have the most advantage. Firepaw, who had the least advantage, but she must be talented. So you know what? I feel like Burnleaf, I suppose as a father, he's in the right in that he believes Firepaw has this wonderful potential. And so his disappointment is coming from that. He doesn't want to see that potential wasted. However, Lightsong is obviously doing a good job as a mentor if she is recognizing these skills or talents in Firepaw and encouraging them, because Firepaw is blazing ahead of her siblings. Look at that. I'm very proud of you, especially because she was down and out after patrol and she had diarrhea. But despite that, I think it was a great experience for her. So she got, like, not good exposure, but, you know, she got exposure nonetheless. So good on you, Lightsong. Hopefully the current rankings is going to make you feel a lot more confident in your own teaching methods, and, you know, you'll be able to stick to it. But okay, guys, that's what we have for the cat list. Let me cut the recording here, and we'll continue with patrols. Okay, let's resume with our patrols. We currently have 92.6 prey. We need 26.5, so we don't have to worry about food or anything like that. Let's send out Hazelpelt, our wonderful Nightstalker, to see what he gets up to. As the branches of the oak trees start to green, Hazelpelt heads out to collect its leaves. Proceed. As a basic infection-preventing herb, oak leaves are useful for nearly all of the various scrapes, cuts, and injuries Hazelpelt sees in the medicine cat den. Elder leaves work well alongside them, being great for easing the pains of a sprain, and to Hazelpelt's excitement, he comes across a young elder tree. Hazelpelt is always happy to bring a good crop of them back to the herb stores. Elder leaves and oak leaves were gathered, and then we're going to have a patrol of 6 and a patrol of 2, so let's see how the fledglings are distributed this time around. Okay, so in our patrol of 6, Lightsong is, again, just like last time, keeping very close to her apprentice. This time around, Shivering Star, maybe feeling as though Sunnypaw's falling behind, is also keeping close to him, so he can help give Sunnypaw some more direction. And then we have Quiet Flight and Burnleaf. Burnleaf has decided that his apprentice, once more, needs experience from another cat. So this is the second time Alpaw is actually going to be sent out in a patrol of 2. Last time it was with Shivering Star. This time he's going with Dusty Cave, Shivering Star's daughter and former fledgling. But because Dusty Cave herself is not one of the mentors, she doesn't have any responsibility to supervise Alpaw. Alpaw is just going to have to stick very close to her and observe everything that Dusty Cave does. So let's send our patrol of 6 out and see how they go. Quiet Flight finds a loner offering healing skills in exchange for shelter. So basically, we have one of the lonesome cats wanting to become an initiate in Initiate Clan. So proceed. The new medicine cat is welcomed into the clan. Brian Feather joined the clan. Your clan's reputation towards outsiders has improved. Let's take a look at this cat. He looks cool. I'm gonna change his name though. Let's see. Maybe Smoke Feather, that sounds cool. So we have Smoke Feather over here. Female adult, Sage Eyes, a Tawny Pelt. Okay, but she is going to join Initiate Clan, so we'll send her out that way. She's going to be one of the cats who live outside the ruins. hoping for a chance to be brought into Vampire Clan and turned into a vampire. So there we go. Now we have 3 members in Initiate Clan. And let's go back and do our second patrol with Alpor and with Dusty Cave and see how these guys go. It starts snowing soon after the patrol sets out, trying to bring back something for the fresh kill pile. Proceed. The prey must be hiding. The patrol catches nothing. As a snowstorm descends and visibility drops, the patrol clumps together in a mountain cave, their pelts and tails and legs all tightly wrapped into one indistinguishable kitty cat ball. Still, when they return to camp, Alpor is cold and chilled. Alpor got shivering and frostbite, which is like dangerous. Your cats, I'm pretty sure, can die from that. I have had a cat in a previous clan actually die from shivering. So, oh no, and she's got both. She's got shivering and frostbite. Darn it. Oh, Alpor, I don't know what it is with these children, with these little vampires. It's like every moon we send them out on patrols and one of them comes back with something or other. I don't know how Sunnypaw has managed to escape it, but his sisters are definitely getting it. Okay, well, that is all we managed to get done today. It's always, I don't know what it is, but it's like Blue Jay and one of her daughters, like mother-daughter, you know, mother-daughter sickness. Okay, well, with that said and done, guys, I'm gonna leave off here. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you all next time. Bye-bye.